right, time for a brand new 4-week programming cycle here at Full Circle Fitness. Remember, during week 1, our goal is not lift heavy. You'll have 3 more weeks to really challenge yourselves on the weights. Yes, find something moderate today, but the goal should not be how heavy can I go with these movements. We're trying to we want to really focus on technique this week. You can't perfect technique at heavy weights. You can perfect it when it's lighter though, and that's our goal and our intention. Once we don't have to think about the movements, they're second nature, we go up higher. Plus, I believe it's great to have a week where you can kind of backtrack on the weights. You shouldn't be lifting heavy every single time you work out, so use this as a time that's kind of like a deload week. Our first movement we're focusing on today, we're priming up the hamstrings to get us ready for our second movement, the Barbell RDLs. Just to get that done, we're gonna do some single leg med ball hammy curls. A few good things happening here. One leg is gonna hold you up in a glute bridge position, getting that glute nice and activated in an isometric hold, and then we're gonna be contracting the opposite hamstring. So for setup, you need to make sure your foot is slightly past the ball, your heel, not on top. If it's on top of the ball, your range of motion won't be long enough, it'll be too short. We need the heel just barely past. Next, we look at this foot. We're not here. We gotta flex the ankle, pull the ankle into flexion, and we're gonna hold that there. It's gonna help activate the hamstring better. Once again, our opposite leg is bent, driving into the floor to get us into our glute bridge. We're gonna have that isometric hold, and we are gonna cut our heel through the ball, squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. We got 8 reps on one side, then 8 reps on the other side. After that, we're hitting our barbell RDLs. With the previous movement, we just contracted the hamstrings. Now we're gonna lengthen the hamstrings here. Front view, like so, soft knees, hinge at the waist, and come back up. Now I'm a pretty flexible human. Notice how far the bar goes for me. Just below the knees. Weights are not touching the floor. For 95% of the people out there, you shouldn't touch the floor with this movement. That's not the goal. We're not trying to reach as far back down as we can. We're trying to get activation in our hamstrings. We're lengthening the hammies, getting them activated. That's our target. Now, if you are touching the floor, may be correct if you have short legs, or you have very long arms in relation to the rest of your body. If that ain't you, you shouldn't be touching the floor. If you're touching the floor, it's most likely because of 2 reasons. Reason 1, your knees. With an RDL, the knees, you can really see my knees here. Or imagine I have a bar, don't have weight on it. With an RDL, your knees are soft. They don't bend anymore as you go down. If you're touching the floor, it's most likely because when you're going down, you're also squatting. You're bending your knees more as you go down. We want them pulled back the whole time. Think as you're hinging, pull your knees back with your hips. They don't lock out, but they're not bending as I go down. Second, if you're finding the floor, we're gonna look at my back this time. It's probably because you're rounding your back. We need to have an extended spine, big chest, and we hold that through the entirety of the lift. If you're finding the floor, look at my back, it's probably because you are just rounding your back to get there. So that's our biggest focus. Control up and down, extended spine, neutral back, and we're not bending your knees as you go down. You're just moving the butt back and pulling forward. Our third movement, what we got? Heel elevated goblet squats. I think you can see me here. With these heels elevated, don't need your foot, the middle of the foot elevated, just get your heel there. We do want to see feet close together, and our knees are going to be together as we squat as well. The focus is making the knees go out over the toes. We have a tempo here. 3 seconds down, 2-second hold, pop up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, stand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, stand. Some of you might not have that range of motion. That's okay, it's something to work towards. If you need to stop yourself a little bit earlier, that's fine. Just make sure to find a position where you can actually hold for 2 seconds, okay? If you need to make that more challenging, hold yourself a kettlebell for a goblet squat. Split stance Palof press. With this one, I like to coach that the leg that's closest in is going to be forward. I find that makes the core do more work. Movement looks like, I'll show you what the movement looks like, then we'll break down some issues that I see. Press, twist. Back to the chest. Press, twist. 1, 2, 3. The movement starts and finishes at the chest. I see this all the time. People just stay out the whole time and boom, boom, boom. I see all the time where someone will go all the way back in after the rep. That's part of the core work, is not letting the weight go all the way back in. It takes a lot of core strength if you have the right weight on there to hold that still. You're fighting it. You want to twist, but you're fighting it. Push out, and then it's not a jerk to the head. It's not moving the arms. Think you have a straight line from the face, the nose, the chin, the chest, and we want to keep that in a straight line the entire time. We twist the torso and come back. Next, our stance. Something's very important that I notice a lot of people mess up. I see the back foot twisted out and heel planted to the floor. Few things happening here. That automatically opens your hips. That's going to take away from what the core is doing. Having your heel planted is also going to give you more balance. It's going to take away from what your balance and core has to do. We need to make sure the hips are squared forward and we're on the ball of the foot, not the heel. Make sure we sit nice and low into the rep. Boom, twist. 1, 2, 3. You should be sitting low enough to where your legs are burning. And then our last one, 40 seconds of a level foot plate balance. The goal here is kind of getting those fast twitch muscles that all surround the ankle to fire and move and activate. You're gonna wanna find a position where you can't stand completely still. If you can't stand completely still, that means you have too much of your foot on the plate, which I'll show you in just a second. We should have the foot pulled off enough to where you're having to constantly adjust and work for that balance. This is what it's gonna look like. When you do this, you want to set up to where you can easily find something to give you a little balance help. Now, you can't have your hand on here the whole time because that's going to make it extremely easy to be still. That's just there for like little balance checks. Now, back to what I was talking about earlier. This is called a level foot plate balance because I'm trying to keep my heel level with the rest of my foot. Naturally, your heel is going to come up a little, or it's going to dip a little bit. We're trying to fight to keep it level with the rest of the foot. Once again, the more foot you have on the plate, the easier this is going to be. You can see I can be pretty dang still. You might be able to see a little bit of adjustments going on with my ankle, but it's relatively easy for me to be here. I'm going to step out to where it's just the ball of my foot is on the edge of this plate, and now, right away, you can see I'm having to work and adjust to try to maintain that flat, level foot. That's it, guys. Have fun, enjoy, crush your workout.